All right, welcome back, everyone. Decided to talk a little today about moral relativism and the subsequent moral degeneracy that comes about from it. And a lot of people argue that moral relativism and, by extension, moral degeneracy is what leads to the fall of a civilization. And I'm going to say that it's more of a side effect. Because a lot of these civilizations, they'll be built on sort of this principles, if you will. They're built on these principles of freedom, equality, righteousness, morality, and there'll be some kind of cohesive factor, this unifying force, particularly if you look at the American civilization. In the American civilization, we would oftentimes use morality and a sense of moral superiority as a pretext for aggression. That's how it's been for a lot of history, mind you. So, you know, this moral pretext is now being used to attack other nations. And this will work so long as the society is almost loyal, completely loyal and pacified through some kind of happiness, right? There's this prosperity in the society, and as a result, everyone is benefiting from said prosperity, or at least most people are benefiting pretty well from this prosperity, and so as a result, they are doing fairly well. So even the people that are smart enough to question and to call out the, obvious bullshit, they're not going to do anything about it because they're enjoying their current lives, and why should they give that up? What's the point of giving that up? So now, as far as your societies of which these current system just no longer works, where these old beliefs and these old traditional moralities and these old traditions just aren't working for the current system, which in that case uh, they have to abandon it. If that's the case, then you're going to have to abandon this old moral system, because to try to hold on to this dying thing is just, there's very little benefit to it. And so what you essentially get is you have a society that realizes, and they're sort of having this enlightenment period. This enlightenment era is sort of just realizing, wait a minute, you're starting to connect the dots, and you're realizing that shit that's not adding up. Now, mind you, this is sort of the enlightenment that's been happening for a while. It's just now people are becoming more and more aware of it as the society is falling apart. If anything, I would come here to make another point and claim that it is actually the moral restrictions, in that it is the sense of moral superiority and this idea of justice, particularly man bringing down divine retribution and taking it into his own hands. And you'll see that in a lot of these, particular Jewish, Christian, and other Middle Eastern civilizations, people just weren't, they decided that, you know what, it's up to God. It is up to the Lord, the universe. He is the one who seeks retribution, and he is the one who's sort of calls the shots. There's no point in trying to bring the law into your own hands or to force your beliefs and your morality onto others. Now, in the original context of the civilization using morality as a pretext for attacking other civilizations or countries, this now eventually comes to a point where it begins to backfire. Because now these leaders and civilizations, they begin to turn against their own people. And that only gets worse and worse. And so at this point, you now start to have this anti-civilization forming within the civilization. You're having this rot and this decay. You're having what I could say from chemistry would be the water falling out from the heat, right? There's this big ball of fire and there's all this stuff burning up, and then the water and the smoke and everything else falling out. That is that cloud of dust, shit, I don't know, whatever. That is the stuff now that is the decay. And this is sort of a easy way to explain moral decay. So I think that'll be it. And that'll be it for now. Take care. Bye.